Okay, and welcome back to Hirakata in Osaka prefecture. We are here at Kudarao Shrine, and this is a shrine, one of the famous shrines here in Hirakata. And so let's take a little walk around. Unfortunately, they're doing some construction. Well, let's just take a walk, explore a little bit. This is called a torii in Japanese. And these are always at the gates of Shinto shrines. And the gates are there to keep out the bad spirits and to keep inside the good spirits. Okay, so I don't know a lot about these poles, but it looks like family names from different cities around Japan. Probably donated money or contributed to this shrine in some way. Just kind of shows how important this shrine is to many people. I'm just walking down a little side street here, approaching the temple. Sorry, the shrine. And people live here, just right across the street. Still more poles everywhere as far as you can see. And again, this is the name of the shrine, Kudarao Jinja. And the O means kings, so it's King Kudarao Shrine. There's a lot of history here, and from what I understand, this shrine goes back to the year 750. And there was a king in Osaka, in Namba, modern day Namba. He actually came here to Hirakata and started this shrine for his clan. So back in old Japan, there were many clans. And they were fighting, and at that time it wasn't really a united country. There was a lot of infighting among clans. And so they would just kind of pick up and move to another town, set up a shrine, and call it home. So Japan has two religions, Shinto and Buddhism. And I remember it this way, that a shrine is for Shinto, so SH, shrine is for Shinto, and temple is for Buddhism. Even Japanese people get confused about this, and some of the history goes back so old, and the two religions are very mixed here. So it's not black and white sometimes about which you're visiting, a temple or shrine. So I apologize if I make a mistake and call this a temple, but this is a shrine, jinja in Japanese. So this is a place where you come and you wash your hands, and you can see here they're showing the instructions of how to do that. And usually there's a ladle But with the coronavirus, a lot of the shrines have taken the ladle away out of safety concerns. And actually that's the sign here. Because of coronavirus, the ladle's not there. So anyway, lots of small gardens here. And then you can see there's a little pole there. It says, "May there be peace on earth," written in several languages. You can see this message written on poles at several shrines throughout Japan. And of course here, a vending machine everywhere you go. And this is my bicycle. This is how I get around town. Japan is a very bicycle-friendly country. Lots of bike paths on the sides of streets. And it's not the most beautiful view of Hirakata. But we are up on top of a hill, so there is a view here. So this shrine is under construction. There's a lot of archaeological excavations going on right now. And so we won't be able to enjoy this 100%. But we'll walk around and make the most of it. So in Shinto, there are a lot of altars like this, and this is where you come to pray. Shinto is the original religion of Japan. Before Buddhism arrived, Shinto was always here. And Shinto is very similar to animism, the worship of nature. So there are many, many gods. It's a polytheistic religion. So Shinto has many gods, a god for the trees, a god for the mountains, a god for the rivers and lakes. Of course, everybody knows Mount Fuji. Of course, it's a very beautiful mountain. It's the tallest mountain in Japan. The shape is iconic. But for Japanese, it's more than just a mountain. It's a very holy place. And it's been worshipped for millennia in Shinto. Okay, so this is something that's a little interesting in at Shinto shrines. I'll show you later, but over there, you can buy a fortune. You pay, I don't know, $1, $2, and you can pick a fortune out of a box and you can read it. And some are good, some are not so good. But if you get one and you are not really happy with it, then you can tie it up here. You can put it on a tree or put it here. And I don't think there are any terrible messages like you're going to die this year or something like that. But maybe something like it's a good idea to exercise this year to take care of your health. Something like that. It's not super positive, but kind of good advice. So just to play it safe, people would tie it up to have even better luck than what they got on this message. Okay, so this is January, and a lot of people come here on the first day of the year, second day, of the year, and they get their fortunes, and probably that's what that is, the New Year's fortunes. And every year there's a lucky year and unlucky years, so it's different for men and women, we can see here. And yeah, so here we can see the numbers. So 41 years old, 32 years old, 25 years old. So here we are, this is the main altar. You can see they've got it marked off for social distancing. That's what people do is they come up here. Of course they would wait in line, one by one, and then they would come up here. And they would put some money in there. And it doesn't have to be a lot, just, I don't know, 10 cents, 25 cents, something like that. And it's actually got the instructions there on the paper. You bow once, you clap your hands twice, and then you pray, and then you bow twice, and walk away. And inside is where the Shinto priests do their prayers, and that's kind of the main altar, and regular people are not allowed to go inside. But for really traditional Japanese people, when they have a wedding, it would be in the Shinto style. But today I think the majority of Japanese weddings are the Western Christian style. And just to show how mixed the religions are, weddings would be Shinto and the funerals would be Buddhist. So major events are shared among the two religions in Japan. So Hirakata, it has 8 beautiful views, and this is my 3rd video of one of the 8 beautiful views, and these views were created by the city of Hirakata back in 1979, I believe, and just kind of a way to highlight the beautiful places of the city. So it's the late afternoon. It's about 4:30 now. A lot of kids have just gotten out of school. They're outside kicking a ball around. But these are the ruins. These are ruins. As I said, they're doing excavation work, and as we saw at the beginning, they're doing construction. So one of the famous things about this place in Japanese is calledしょうふう, which is really difficult kanji to read. Maybe a lot of Japanese would read it matsukaze, but the translation would be kind of pine winds. So there were a lot of pine trees here. And the wind, actually you can see a few pine trees pine trees over there. But they would say the wind blowing through the pine trees, it would almost sing. It would make a loud singing sound. And so that's one of the reasons this place became one of the 8 beautiful views of Hirakata. And every May they have a festival here. I'm sure in 2020 the festival was canceled. And it will probably be canceled again this year in 2021. And I've mentioned in another video, but moon viewing is really popular in traditional Japanese culture, and so this was a spot people would come to enjoy moon viewing. So of course it's kind of hard to imagine what this place originally looked like, but it looks like there may have been kind of like a twin tower. So maybe this would have been the western tower, and over there would have been the eastern tower. Kind of like a cathedral, if you can imagine a cathedral with 2 towers on top. Lots of kids out enjoying the nice weather today. Let's take a walk around the park and then we'll finish up the video. If you can see in the back, the main altar of the shrine. And to be honest, I haven't been here in over 4 years. I think I came here by accident one day, just kind of walking around the neighborhood and kind of stumbled upon it, but at that time I didn't know what it was and just kind of saw it. But after living here, this is my 5th year, I've kind of learned a little bit about the history of the city. So yeah, a nice little park here. Can't really hear the singing of the wind through the pine trees. So we have now officially left the grounds of the shrine. And here we are, back in a residential neighborhood. Very typical area. Alright, so I guess that's about it. It's not a very big shrine, but I hope you enjoy the stroll. And yeah, again, if you have a chance to come to Hirakata, I think this is one of the good places to visit. It's not so inconvenient. It's right here in the middle of the city. And yeah, you can come here and enjoy a picnic, a nice walk around, and learn a little bit about the history. So, hope it was interesting for you, and have a great day. I'll see you next time. Okay, so this is going to be part 2 of this video, but I just discovered there's one more path that I'd like to show you. This is a place where you can buy your charms and your fortune, and then read it and see if you like what you got. And then actually back here, you can actually see people write a message on these wooden plates, and it's a wish of something that they hope may come true. Maybe they want some good luck, maybe on a big exam coming up, a job interview, marriage. Here it looks like maybe a wedding, or this is for children. And I'm not sure about this shrine, but it is quite common for the shrine to collect all of these messages throughout one year, and at the end of the year they actually burn all of these. Of course, that's for good luck. So here's a really good view of the Shinto shrine. And this color, it looks orange, but I think they use the word vermilion as a better shade. It's more exact about the shade. And the fox, the inari in Japanese, is a really important animal in Shinto. And so I think maybe that's where the color comes from. And that's another sign that you're at a Shinto shrine and not a Buddhist temple, is the torii, the gates, and of course the orange, the vermilion color. This would only be at a Shinto shrine. But again, it's not 100%. There are some temples and shrines. You can find a shrine inside of a temple, for example. And again, the two religions have really overlapped very peacefully, more or less, in Japan. There's a woman praying, so I'm going to go back after she finishes. And Shinto is only found in Japan. It's the only country where Shinto is practiced. And Japan is not really considered a religious country. Even though there are two religions, we can see temples and shrines everywhere. Most Japanese don't really know the meaning of a lot of these things that I'm showing you. And it's not uncommon for non-Japanese to know more about Japanese religion than Japanese themselves. Okay, so here's some English information. You can pause it if you want to read more. That's just about the immigration of people coming from China and Korea over to Japan, and how they came here and set up this shrine. So anyway, the sun is going down. We can see a very beautiful sunset, and this is where I'll finish the video. So this is the end, I promise. This is the end of part 2. And I'm going to try to make videos of all 8 beautiful spots of Hirakata. So I've done 3, 5 more to go. So please stay tuned. So please enjoy the sunset.